Happy Thursday indeed. So, to a person that apparently they're making six figures a year, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And when I told him, I was like, why don't you check out my token? It's part of a project. Pump Fun at Godfinger. It was interesting to see him call it a meme coin. As if there was no history, no months of actual hand coding, hand typing it out. There was no actual work done, you know? Obviously, I haven't shown anybody my preview, but why am I going to show people my preview if nobody's showing any actual interest in my project whatsoever? Like, why am I going to give you guys ideas on what to build yourselves? So show some interest towards the project, and I'm going to give you guys a preview. All I said was throw in $1. You know, if you're making six figures a fucking year, dude, that's like you got an extra $1 to freaking throw at a token to show solidarity in it. But it shows how rich people do not want to help or involve themselves with poor people at all. Why do you think the world is the way it is? It's because there's no extra money to go around. If I don't have the tools to go make more money, then I can't put new money into your scams, basically, because it's become all like a big scam space. So apparently the cryptocurrency market is going to die because of meme coins. Hello, welcome, thank you. Jesus loves you as well. So apparently rich people do not want to involve themselves with anyone who's not already rich. It's crazy. And if that's the case, then you have split economies. Then you don't have any new money coming in. The whole reason for capitalism is that people can involve themselves with broke people, rich people. You know, they make their 12 cents profit on $1. That's important. Yeah, of course you can sub to me. But here's the thing is that I was just talking to a person who's literally rich, and he's telling me how people are like begging him for money. And I guarantee he's thrown 1,000 at a couple of people. $1,000 would change my life. But he's going to go throw $1,000 at somebody else to go trade into meme coins. And then call the meme coin market a big scam and then never even throw $1 at a project. It's insane. You guys can find me on Pump Fun at Godfinger. And same spelling as my channel. You guys can look into it. But these are actual project tokens. But I don't even want to preview my game anymore to anybody until it's fully created, fully finished. And that's my next step, because apparently it's not going to get any sort of support until the game is live. So I'm going to have to completely do this on my own. Like a person that I'm texting on Telegram, because I'm back on Telegram. Excuse me. I'm back on Telegram. You guys can find me at Clout Ninja XO. What I'm talking about is the meme coin market and how it is destroying crypto. There's rich people that do not want to trade into these tokens whatsoever. And even if it's linked to a project, I've put my face on the project. I go live on that token and show my face. I talk about the project. I've got an entire history on the Telegram channel about the project and what I've built. I've given previews of what I've built already. Nobody wants to involve themselves in it. And I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. The rich are going to be over here playing with fake money, and the reals are going to be over here playing with real money. Okay? You know, I have nothing against if you're rich, but if you're going to go and sit in a cave, that's your fate. You're going to end up in the cave. That's what you got left. You gotta interact with the economy and give some new money back to the economy so that they can go and make more money and, you know, keep the money flow. If you're just holding on to it and saying fuck all the poor people, then, you know, the poor people don't have any money to hand you anymore. The economy works as a big cycle. You know, it goes through one hand, goes through the other hand, goes through the other hand, comes back around. If you're not doing that, then the economy does not succeed. Trump can't fix all of our problems. Trump, hell yeah. but he's not going to fix all the problems. It takes us locally to actually take action and actually interact with each other. So that's why I go out and I talk to random people. Like I said, I'm gonna be a fucking street preacher at this point. Yell it loud and clear. You know, say it like it is. So here it is. The meme coin market is destroying crypto entirely. Even the rich people do not want to touch a project token. They don't even want to throw $1 at it. The guy's making fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. He doesn't want to throw $1 at a project just to show solidarity and make a friendship. I'm about to block him. That's insane. You're going to sit in your fucking cave and then, you know, I gave him an idea. I told him how to, you know, build a bot and everything. I was like, yo, if you could do it like this. And he's like, oh, if I make some money, then I'm going to, you know, give, you know, help you out. Bro, all he had to do was throw me $1,000 fucking dollars and I'd have 2 bikes running. I'd be making $4 grand in a fucking month. No, hell no, because that's, you know, rich people don't want to see poor people succeed because then that becomes competition. It's insane how selfish rich people are. And these aren't rich people billionaires. These are rich people millionaires and thousandaires. People have $100,000 coming in every fucking couple of months. That's the type of people that don't want to help. Yeah, the meanness, I don't really care. You know, you don't have to defend me on this. Like the little troll comments and shit. It's just people just being jerks. But if you guys want to find me my tokens and my project and see more details on it, go to Pump Fun and find me at Godfinger. Go type my shit in, go find it. I go live on there too. The problem is that these lives don't stay there. I gotta turn my notifications off 1 second because that's getting distracting. There. But it's insane to see somebody literally in the same sentence, in the same conversation say, I make 6 figures and no, I'm not going to put $1 towards your token. Ew. What kind of mentality is that? Really? That's like an insult. And he called my fucking project like a meme token. I've literally got an entire history, previews of this game, 2 slop versions and a real version. I've, you know, a full version where I've hand coded it, and the guy wants to call it a meme token. That's why the world is fucked. It's because all these fucking rich people sitting in a cave, they don't want to interact with poor people. That's literally how we came up out of the ground as a country and became great, is because we had an economy. Everybody was involved in the economy because capitalism. But yeah, you know, go ahead and sit in your cave. Like cryptocurrency is going to be irrelevant. Apparently, all they're doing is they're taking profits on the main coin. They're like throwing in on Ethereum or Solana, and that's how they're making their money. They're not fucking around with these meme coins anymore. These meme coins were a way to bring people out of the dust and actually put them on a throne and build them. And where if you find the right person, if you find a good person that wants to build something real, well, bro, then you got a friend and you got a business that you can back. You've basically invested into it and you could pull out at any time. What, $1? All I want to see is more holders. I don't want people throwing $10, $20, $50 on my token. I want to see just $1 in there and just to see you guys hold. Because if I see holders and they're holding up until this project is released, I'll be doing airdrops. A guarantee. So, you know, I want to reward those back if this does actually become successful, but it's apparently not going to be successful. Why? Because rich people don't want anything to do with poor people. You know, if you want to sit in the cave, if you don't want to interact with the economy, that's what you're going to get. Yeah, I have a phobia. The sun. Getting launched into the fucking sun. Yep. Just imagine it. Seeing this massive thing coming up close to it, and then it's just like your entire vision is a sun. That's scary. I bet I scared a few people too. I bet I blew people's brains apart with that. And it could happen. Like, imagine if our souls actually exist in an afterlife and we follow time, like a time-based, time-space-based existence, but on a different plane. Then one day the sun is going to explode. It's going to grow bigger, and if we're stuck on the earth with our soul, bro, we're gonna see that. How is that not a phobia? That's why I keep thinking about this as like maybe a simulation. What is a Marmong the Beast? Well, that's the thing is like, yeah, people can be afraid of death, but I'm not really afraid of the death part. I'd rather see it sooner than later. I'd rather know what it is, but it's like, what happens after death? That's what scares me. It's not really as much, worried about the death part because, Christ, man, this world can be pretty chaotic. But I can guarantee that after death, that's what's scary. Is what happens if we stay alive in a way, or our awareness is still there, and we just end up getting eaten by the sun. So, and then our energy still exists, and we're still a soul, and we're just like engulfed by flames, and whew, that's scary. But that's pretty much my only phobia. I think about time, and I think about, let's imagine aliens were time travelers or something. Well, that means that they're trying to come back in time because they realize that their time is up, and then they go backwards in time. And does that actually solve their problems? If we did learn time travel, does it actually solve our problems? Not really. On top of that, can we do time travel? If you go backwards in time, well, the earth, yeah, it goes around the sun, but the sun is going in this direction and it doesn't go back. It would be almost impossible to confirm where the sun absolutely was at a given time. If you were wrong by just a 0.1% or 0.0001% wrong on where that sun would be located after you time traveled, then you're just out in the middle of space, or you might be eaten by a black hole. So even if we did find time travel, is it possible? How long am I going to be live? I don't know. I wanted to get that out because I'm sitting here having a conversation with somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm making six figures," and I'm like, "Nice," But and then he's calling you. He's like, "Oh, I'm done with meme coins." I'm like, "Did you even research my project? Did you even go into the description and read it?" It's an actual project. Just because I don't have very much money doesn't mean that my track record isn't on point. But the first token that I made, I didn't sell out for 2 months straight because nobody was buying into it, and I needed the $50. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll try again later when I actually have some money, when I'm in a better spot. And then I dove into the crypto space again just with like $5, and I ended up turning that into 90 something bucks. And I was doing really good, but it feels like everything's just a fucking scam. I got $2 on Broke Cat, because I'm like, whatever, throw it on the stupidest coin ever, The guy went live, so that's why I'm like, maybe. But it's $2. What am I going to see, $10 afterwards? See, these people like trying to call me gay and stuff. It's like, where that even is rooted in, I don't understand, because like I've never said anything that led anybody then in that direction. So it's just weird. Like, are you trying to bother me or something? Because it's not really bothering me. It's just disappointing to think that maybe somebody has the idea that I'm gay or something. Like, okay, yeah, you're not really affecting me quite as much as you might think you are. But yeah, the meme coin market is going to basically kill crypto. You got the rich people now. They only want to trade on Solana. They only want to trade on Ethereum. They don't want to fuck with the coins, the altcoins underneath. So I would get out of the meme market if you're in it. I guess continue to, pull thousands out of people's pockets by rug pulling them. But at the end of the day, it's a dead market. Everything's a scam. This is about the meme coin market and how even rich people don't want to throw $1 at a coin, even if it has a project that's being built in its name. I got 2 tokens on my pump fun at Godfinga. You gotta type it in, GODFINGAH. And we'll talk about Roblox in a second. You really want to talk about Roblox? Why is Roblox popular? But you can see there's 2 coins that were made, and I want everybody to look into the transactions and note that I did not sell my coin, the Based Bear on Soul. I didn't sell that token for an entire 2 months. I held like $50 in it. I was like, I guess nobody's going to ever trade into this. And I was going live for hours at a time. I went live last night. I literally just left my device sitting there, and people were trading in 9 cents, trading out 9 cents, trading in 15 cents, trading out 15 cents. They are spending more money on the gas fees than they are actually putting tokens in and taking it out. I get it if they're playing with the trade activity. I appreciate it. If you are one of these supporters, if you're supporting my token, supporting me, that's great. It's just, it's kind of wild that, like, I saw somebody that was getting robbed for hundreds of dollars on these memes, and he can't even hold $3 in a token for more than 2 hours on a token that I've fully confirmed that this is a slow upward motion, very slow. That's kind of insane, right? Somebody can't hold $3 in a token. Like, they've lost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and maybe even thousands of dollars in other tokens, but they can't throw and leave behind even $1. It's because rich people do not want to involve themselves with poor people. And if that's the case, and you're going to sit in your little caves, and your cave might be a yacht, but that's all you're going to have is your yacht. And you're going to have nobody to work on your yacht in the future because nobody gives a fuck about you either. If you're not going to give a fuck about your society's not going to give a fuck about you. They're going to care about somebody who's put their face out there and actually had conversations with the public. That's who they're going to actually back. So just give it time. It's going to gain support. It's a slow run support. But I'm seeing rug pull after rug pull after rug pull, and even after they know that it's illegal to do, and they will be retroactively affected by this, they still continue to do it. Retroactively, these people who have rug pulled, if in fact the Clarity Act gets passed, anybody who's rug pulled in the last 5 years, the moment that the Clarity Act is passed, they're going to jail. If they want to actually keep holding on to their money, they're going to jail. And they're the reason why cryptocurrency died. Just have that in mind, rich people that stole from everybody else, making $1,000 on every single fucking coin that they launch and rug pull. Welcome, and thank you for joining the channel. And yeah. I'm live pretty often, whenever I can be, whenever I get a random thought. But that's what this is about. Death by Memecoin. Pretty much the entire cryptocurrency market is dead and dying even further because of meme coins. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt you're rich. If you're rich, throw $1 at my token. You can find me on Pump Fun at Godfinga. You know where it's at. See, it's like, it's either somebody being stuck up or they really don't want to be bothered with pressing another button on their screen. They're so tired from losing their money in other places that they don't even want to touch the screen anymore. I got $20 into the token that I recently launched. It's Baking Mastery on Pump Fun. Probably hard to find it because people report my token as spam. But, like, of course they're going to report a poor person. Oh. Palestine should have already been freed. Like, what they should have done with Palestine, and they already did, was send pamphlets in, tell them to leave the area so that Israel and America can target all the terrorists. Go to Jordan. Not where they belong, but where they can stay temporarily so we can rebuild Gaza. And that's how it would be free. So they did all the right things. Nobody left. Everybody was like, no, this is my country. Bro, you are among thieves. Get out. You are among terrorists. Get out. You know, nobody wanted to hurt Gazans. Nobody wanted to hurt Palestinians. They wanted them to leave temporarily so we can rebuild, first of all, get rid of the terrorists, and then rebuild. Everybody would be allowed back. If you have citizenship in Palestine, then, you know. Nobody wants to see people be, you know, their lives ended. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody likes that. We could have got along. We could have fixed this all. I think we should have sent pamphlets into Iran as well. Stand up against your country's bullshit, or you're going to end up being collateral damage. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we should have done with Iran. I think they already knew that. The problem is they get gunned down in the fucking street if they start speaking up and they try to uprise. So. Is this person drunk just like repeating themselves smack fast? What the hell is that? How's my day? It's a lot better because like I actually got my Telegram on, so now I'm back on Telegram. I can give updates to the token, to the project. It's not just about a token, it's about an entire project that I haven't fully launched. You know, and if I had support, I could launch it within 2 weeks from the time that I actually received support. But it was insane to hear somebody tell me in the same sentence pretty much, I make 6 figures and I won't put $1 towards your token because it's a meme token. How is it a meme? None of my, both those tokens are not even related to anything that's like popular. You know, like if anything, it was closely related to the terminology bearish, and then I have a bullish token coming out at some point, you know, bull token. But it's kind of insane for somebody that makes 6 figures to call my project trash, basically. After I tried to collaborate with them and try to come up with a bot system that would actually make them money. No, I don't report people just for saying silly things. I report people for spam. I don't remove people unless they're spamming or if they say something that's like, you know, totally just bombastic, like trying to ruin my reputation or something. So when I see somebody yelling, "Oh, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay," you're on thin ice, buddy. To rip this thing. No, you're not spamming. That's not spam. If you're actually putting real messages into the chat and you're being conversive, then that's not spam. You're having a conversation. It might be a lot of extra messages added to it, but that's not really spam. You know? All you need to do to grow your subs is put short videos in it and tag the hell out of it. I didn't even have to tag my last video that I made, the short video. It's got like 1,200, 1,300 views for no reason. I reacted to the Peru earthquake video because Peru got hit with an earthquake. God. Right, give me a second. And I half believe that this person is actually also a hacker. Like, I told him that I was hacked through Telegram, and it was clear that I was hacked through Telegram. And the person's like, "No, you can't get hacked through Telegram." I'm like, it says it right in the fucking it says it right in the settings inside the app that if you don't have this turned off, peer to peer, set to no one, then people can see your IP address just by calling you. And he's like, "Oh, nobody's that advanced to go and look into that." And I was like, uh, guy. And that was the same person that's like, "Oh, I make six figures and I'm not throwing $1 at your token." Bro, all I'm looking for is a number of holders. That's it. You know, if I have a more number of holders, it shows how many people have actually viewed my token and actually took interest in it. That's why I'm asking you guys to maybe jump in and support it with $1. That's if you use Pump Fund. If you don't use Pump Fund, don't even bother with it. It's a fucking waste of time. Like, the entire meme market is destroying crypto. Death by Memecoin. The cryptocurrency market is going to fail. The rich people do not want to pump tokens anymore. They're only pumping their own, and they're stealing poor people's money. If you are on Pump Fund, stop trading the meme tokens. Rich people are just stealing your money. I've looked at the history. There's people launching a token, pulling out $1,000, and they're done with it. They don't promote it anymore. There's, me, I've been promoting a dead chart for the last 6 months. I've been promoting my token for the last 6 months. This is what you want to buy. Coins. This is what you want to put your money on. Get this. Denominated value. This has an actual value. Paper money? Nope. You get an extra $5 at the end of all your bills. Use $5. Buy denominations. Just trade it in for coins. These will go 100x in price if what I think is going to happen actually happens. So you'll be rich if you hold on to your tokens. These are tokens. These tokens. Earlier, I thought that these meme tokens, like if you had just held for a year, maybe you'll see them pump again. No, that's not the case. What you'll do instead is you'll wait for a pump and then you'll just pull profit. Like you're just rugging everybody. All these old meme tokens, if you see them and they are after 15 minutes and they haven't like it's basically a 90% chance, 99% chance that if the token is over 10 minutes old, it's a rug. Don't even bother with it. It's that high of a percentage of failure. So the entire cryptocurrency market is being taken down by Pump Fund. Pump Fund is the last place people are going to actually visit. Like, it's the first place they're going to visit, and it's going to be the last place that they'll visit. They'll come on to cryptocurrency, get rug pulled, and that's it. Pump Fund has completely destroyed the cryptocurrency market. Completely. Now, here's the thing. Base Network, they might have something going on. They might actually be legitimate. So I would check out the Base Network. I think that they're trying to preserve their actual value. It's too bad that Solana is going to wreck Ethereum. It's all for nothing. I've seen thousands upon thousands of people losing hundreds and thousands of dollars. I saw a dude lose $5,000 within 5 minutes. 5 G's in 5 minutes. These people do not want to participate in the poor economy. And they're going to make sure the poor economy stays poor. But that's the thing, is that once people wake up to the actual attack, then they're not going to involve with that. They're going to do better things. They're going to invest in gold. China's talking about a $38,000 ounce. I think it's ounces. $38,000 per ounce. They're looking at a 10x increase on the price of gold. That's their target. They've said it publicly. Silver, I think it's on the low end. I think silver is like bottom right now. Long term. I think silver is going to reach gold levels at some point soon. But that was insane to see somebody literally say in the same sentence, I'm rich and I'm not even putting a dollar towards your token. Puts his fucking nose way up in the air and sniffs the fucking cave above him. Sanity. That's who you're up against. If you're young people, you have to pay attention to this because they're trying to take your future. And they're banking on you staying stupid. And that's the audience that I'm trying to really reach, is like the 20-year-olds and even, the alpha generation. So you guys know what's coming up. So you can protect yourselves because you are the future of this country and this world. You need to know how to protect yourselves. So protect yourselves by getting literal change. Just hold on to metal coins. If you consider the way that the cryptocurrency market is, where there's a rarity, there's like less of these tokens available to buy, therefore the price of that token is worth more. Coins, this is like the most expensive thing on the planet. Based on that logic, at least. People started making their own coinage. I mean, that might change things, but that's why you need to get the equipment to melt gold, to melt silver, to melt these precious metals and turn them into coinage. Cutting coins, all that stuff. Perform alchemy with precious metals to pull the value out of it, or to hold on to that value or whatever. So the meme coin market is completely destroying the entire cryptocurrency market. This was the red flag for me. When I hear, first of all, you can find my tokens at Pump Fun, at Godfinga, and the same spelling as my channel, GODFINGAH. You can find my token there, and basically you'll see, if you actually look into it and do some research, you'll see it's an actual project. And I saw somebody that I had been talking to, I made a connection with, tell me on Telegram in one sentence, basically. Like it was in a couple messages, but it was like you can visualize it on just one screen, telling me that they make six figures and that they're done with meme coins. After I tell them about my, they already know about the project. They already knew about it a week ago. And the person says, no, I'm not even going to put $1 into that token. So he doesn't even want to make a relationship or anything. He doesn't want to make a friendship. Wow. That's how stuck up these rich people are. But now they're trading on the big tokens, and they're going to continue pulling huge amounts of value out of these tokens. So the entire cryptocurrency market is about to crash. I would get your money out. I wouldn't put another fucking dime into it. I wouldn't give another dime to these meme coins. Everything's a fucking rug pull. And you got to tell your friends too. It's a rug pull. Everything is a rug pull now. And that's until the Clarity Act passes. And even if the Clarity Act passes, rug pull. You're going to see it happen in a different way. You're going to see people using remote slaves to trade into these coins. No, meme coins aren't supposed to be that. You're not supposed to. It's illegal to rug pull. It's fully illegal to rug pull, and retroactively, these people are going to jail. The Clarity Act will force people to have to, it'll force these companies to register as an actual, a security or something. It's basically going to force them to put the information on the books, and if they don't do KYC and they don't confirm who's actually in on this, token or this project or whatever, holding the most in it, then they get huge fines, okay? The Clarity Act is going to make that easier. Base Network, pushing for the Clarity Act. Pump Fund, definitely not pushing for the Clarity Act. They got a RICO lawsuit against them. No, that's not supposed to be the value. And that's why I say, after the Clarity Act is passed, watch the entire cryptocurrency market die. 100%. So yeah, you're half right. But the whole notion behind meme coins was to support a creator of a token easily, conveniently, live. No, Solana is on the Ethereum network. Solana is an Ethereum coin. It's an altcoin. As far as I know, I'm going to go ahead and confirm this before I just go say that with full confidence. But last I checked, Solana was an Ethereum-based token. It's on the Ethereum network. So I'm going to explain it exactly as is. No, it's Ethereum is no good. Ethereum is trash. Bitcoin is probably the only thing that's actually going to hold its value. And even that, who's showing interest towards Bitcoin? Not me. I'm a Bitcoin bear. So let's see. Is Solana on Ethereum? Oh, okay. Solana is an independent layer 1 blockchain. Is not built on Ethereum. What am I confusing it with? Why was I under the impression that Ethereum is that Solana was on the Ethereum network? Never mind. So I actually lied. I thought Solana was on Ethereum. You likely thought Solana was on Ethereum due to how closely their ecosystems interact and how cryptocurrency uses confusing terminology. That's why I definitely thought Solana was on Ethereum, but whatever the case, it's given a bad name. It's given a really bad name to the cryptocurrency market, and maybe Ethereum is decent. But Ethereum on the base network is no different than Pump Fund. The only difference is there's less less money put towards these meme coins on the base network. So that does change things a little bit. That just means that Solana is just, it's a dump. Wow. Good to know. So I guess what I should be saying is Solana will be a dead token in the near future. I'm thinking probably a $45 price tag on like in the next month or so. Jimothy, the raccoon, I know it's like a popular meme, but there's a token that's hit 27 million market cap. It's gone absolutely viral. I saw it at like 400,000. If I had got into it, then I'd be like rich. Okay. All that money is going to get pulled out and it's going to be sold off. Ansem, that's another token sitting at $200 million market cap. All that money is going to get pulled out and it's going to get transferred and it's going to come out of the Solana network. Yeah, Timothy is a token as well on Solana on Pump Fun, and it's just gained absolute, just supreme master levels of attention. But it's probably out of every 99 coins, there's one token that'll hold a market cap at like 50,000. That's what I'm counting. Out of 100 tokens, only one of those tokens is actually going to stay at 50,000. Wow. So you have a 1% chance of holding on to your money. It's a huge scam. The value wasn't supposed to be in that you can rug pull it. The value was supposed to be that, hey, that's attached to a developer that actually wants to continue building an ecosystem. That's what the whole cryptocurrency market was. It was people that wanted to trade and they wanted to build. So I guess it is all in the base network. I was under the impression that that Solana was an Ethereum token because of how quickly and how easily it bridges. Because it bridges really quick. Like I knew it was a bridge, but you still have to bridge from base network to Ethereum network, so I figured it was all part of the same link. But it doesn't matter. Death by Memecoin. The entire cryptocurrency market is going to die because of these meme coins. And Solana is a dead project. It's a dead experiment. Don't put your money into it. Don't waste your time on Pump Fun. I didn't know it was that bad. Like, it's so bad that a six-figure person won't throw $1 into it. What is he going to go negative 1 million? I doubt it. Like, what is the fear? You throw $1 at something and then it goes down 2 cents. Oh. Wow. Anyways, I'm going to go live on Pump Fun. Later, guys.